it center's rocket. Wall, foul line, oh, slam! Wall, foul line, shoots, scores! Wall, top of the arc, foul line, left-handed slam, and solo by John Wall. Wall, and he banks and one.
Two score, baby! Two score!
You know you're in New Orleans when you see this. Louis Armstrong. It is a beautiful day out here in the Big Easy. We are so fired up. All-Star festivities have been kicked off. And our First Take fam is here with us, getting up early. We so appreciate them, and we know they're fired up right now. Because we got another All-Star with us. Hey now, he's an All-Star, four-time All-Star. That is joining us from the Washington Wizards, John Wall in the house. Thank you so much for being with us. Can't hear anything, huh?
Nah, I can't hear nothing.
Congratulations on being an All-Star again, and thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So you're representing the Wizards, but your teammate, Bradley Beal, not an All-Star. Should he have been?
I think so. He's having a heck of a year this year. He's been healthy for us, and without him on the court, I can't be the player I am. The other guys can't be the player they are, so I think he should have got the nod to take Kevin Love's spot.
I'm seeing something a little bit different. I want to say to the audience here and nationwide, I'm so happy that you're on this show today, because one of the things that I've been talking about for the last weeks, I've made it a point to watch Washington Wizards game more so than ever before. I'm watching you show up in the first quarter. I'm watching you show up in the fourth quarter. I'm watching you play on both ends of the floor, doing what you're doing, and the Washington Wizards are 26-8 in their last 34 games. I'm looking at you right now. I consider you to be one of the premier guards in the entire NBA who's gone widely unnoticed. Do you feel that way about yourself? Do you feel that you're just starting to get the recognition that you deserve?
I think so. I've been saying this for the last couple of years. I probably haven't been getting the recognition that I wanted, but it comes with winning. You got to be able to win. I'm healthier than I ever been in my career, and without my other 14 teammates and coaching staff, I wouldn't be able to be the player I am. So I think we're getting the recognition now.
Talking about Beal, it was widely reported last season that the chemistry wasn't right with you and Beal, and that was interfering with winning. What's changed this season that you guys are clicking like this?
I wouldn't say it was interfering with winning. I mean, we just dealt with times where we didn't have our lineup there at times. We made a big trade to get Markieff Morris to help us out, to give us a legit four-man. But this year, we've just both been great. He's making plays off the ball. He's attacking. I'm able to knock down shots. And I'm just healthy.
Is that a Scotty Brooks thing at all?
I think so. I mean, he's just challenging us every day. Throughout practice, throughout games, he's challenging me and Brad as the best two players. And he's holding everybody accountable.
Because you built a defensive reputation. Not only are you the fastest player in the league with the ball, and you're great changing pace and an incredible passer, but you built a defensive reputation, and reports were that earlier in this season, coach called you out for your defense in the film room, said you are the worst defender on the team by far. What did that do to you, and what effect has it had?
It was tough, I mean? Like, I got to be aggressive on both ends of the floor throughout 48 minutes. If I'm not aggressive, our team can't be great. And I figured that out. But I had to get in better shape. It was tough coming off 2 knee surgeries. So I just took my time. The team stuck with me. The coaching staff stuck with me.
Little things that people may not know. First of all, you had those 2 surgeries. You had surgeries on both knees, rather. It was in Cleveland. Secondly, you switched agents. You're now with Clutch Sports. Rich Paul, he's representing you now. It seems to be a maturation process that has taken place with you in your career. Talk a little bit about where you were a couple of years ago to where you are now and how you got there.
I think just being a better professional now, and also just having great people around me. Rich has been the guy that's known me since I was 10th, 11th grade in high school. He's always, no matter if he wasn't my agent, he was always talking to me, just trying to tell me to do the right things. And I just made a change. Throughout agents, throughout shoe deals, all that stuff, I just made a change and wanted to do better for myself. And I banked on myself, and I feel like I'm having my best year of my career.
But why did you do that? And what I mean by asking that question is this. In the nation's capital, prior to this year, when we thought about the Washington Wizards, for the most part, we were lamenting the age of Gilbert Arenas because of that fiasco that took place and how the franchise essentially nosedived. You come on, y'all are respectable, but at the same time not really winning at a high level. So I'm wondering, did this maturation process come about because you realized that you're the franchise and that's what you were told? Can you share that with us?
I think they just gave me the keys. I was franchise, and I was definitely the leader of the team. And I think just having surgeries and coming back healthier and better shape, Brad taking the next step, I'm taking the next step, and I started 5 clicks. We all get it, but our coaching staff came in, they challenged us all from day one. You know, we all just took it and looked ourselves in the mirror, and that's what we could do to get better.
Who's the best point guard in the NBA?
Me.
Hold on.
You might be. There are a bunch of candidates, including Westbrook and Steph and Kyrie, and you're right in that class. What is it going to take for others to recognize you as the best point guard in the NBA?
Well, I think everybody get to see me now. I mean, we've been on TV a little bit lately, more than we have. But I think I've been doing the same thing, but I'm just doing it better this season, and I'm doing it on both ends of the floor. I just feel like I'm an all-around point guard.
Realize doing something better is not doing the same thing. It's doing better. You're doing better.
Well, the thing that interests me, what I love about what I'm seeing from the Washington Wizards this year that I sense is a little bit different, I want to ask you about this. I don't get the impression that y'all just want to win. I think y'all want Cleveland. I think you want Cleveland. I think that if you got to the Eastern Conference Finals and Cleveland wasn't standing there waiting for you, you would be disappointed. Am I wrong in getting that impression from y'all?
You're absolutely right. You know, I mean, that's the team everybody got to beat in the East, and we feel like we got an opportunity to see those guys. And we just got to finish the second half of the season strong and see where the playoffs happens.
That Cleveland game you guys played recently was probably the best game of the NBA season so far. What was it like to be in a game like that? How would you compare it to your playoff experience, for example?
It's probably the best game I ever played in the NBA. It was probably better than a playoff game. Just so much going into it. We won 17 straight games. They're the hottest team. I mean, they're a great team in the East that everybody's trying to go out and beat. And went down to the wire with LeBron making a heck of a shot.
You do realize that you just said that you're the best point guard in the NBA. You do realize that that means if you get what you want, you're going to be going up against Kyrie Irving. You don't have any issues with that whatsoever.
Nah, I like those matchups. Brings out the best in anybody. He's a heck of a player. He leads his team with LeBron and those guys, and he's been in that position where he made big-time shots in the playoffs and helped them win the championship.
One of the reasons that I like you guys to get to the conference finals is as much as the game has changed, it's spread pick and rolls and everything, and it's not as much of an ISO game, and the old-timers like who takes the last shot and all that, to me it still does come down to among competitive teams, who has the best player. So, for example, you guys against Toronto, there's no one as good as you on Toronto. But in Cleveland, there are a couple dudes, especially LeBron James, the best player in the world. What do you have to do to lead your team, not just to compete against those guys, but to victory against those guys?
You know what I mean? You got a guy like LeBron James, you're not going to stop him. You just got to try to make it tough for him. But as long as our guys go into every game, understand we got a chance to win and play with a lot of heart, that's all you can ask for.
Tough question coming. Do you sense a little bit of vulnerability in the Cleveland Cavaliers? Do you think that they're right to be had, particularly with an injury to Kevin Love, with talk about trades that haven't materialized yet? Do you think this is the time that the Cleveland Cavaliers are destined to get knocked off?
You got a guy like LeBron James, you can't say that. You know what I mean? He's the best player in the world. He's proven what he can do with having great stars around him, without having great stars around him. He's going to do what he got to do to help that team win. You just hope they take a little downfall so we can take advantage of it.
By the way, I noticed that even though you're an all-star and you get paid, I did notice that Bradley Beal got $128 million. I'm just wondering, when is John Wall gonna sit up there and say, "Yo, Ernie, how you doing, bro? Let's go out to dinner," because I'm looking to get paid myself. Is that conversation about to happen soon?
Nah, no need to.
Okay. Because?
Just play basketball. When you're winning, all the other things come to you.
Figure 128 over there, at least 140, 150 over here, right? No?
No question. No question. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I mentioned, how you have to prove it against Cleveland because they're the best. Do you think anything other than the conference finals? Everyone's taking Cleveland, except for you guys, I'm sure. Everyone's taking Cleveland to get to the finals. Me, Stephen Abbott, you really can't find someone who's not taking them out of the East. Do you have to at least get to the conference finals for this season to be a success?
Totally agree, yeah. The way we started, we didn't start off well. We've been playing well to finish the first half of the season. But our ultimate goal is to get to the East Conference Finals and see what can happen.
Ultimately, I look at, let's wipe Cleveland out of the equation. I saw Toronto pick up Serge Ibaka. Atlanta can't be ignored because of the way they can play defense and Budenholzer can coach. And this miniature dynamo, Isaiah Thomas, has put the basketball world on notice that he has arrived. Cleveland aside, who's your biggest concern out there?
You got a Toronto that's a tough team, but I like the Celtics. They have a great coach in Brad Stevens. Isaiah's a heck of a player, having superstar-type season, and their team, they can defend. They defend very well, and they have guys that can play, so I feel like the Boston Celtics.
By the way, I don't know if you've heard the quote from John Calipari. He believes your coach at college at Kentucky, he's on the record saying he can have an all-Kentucky NBA team. Y'all could win the championship. Call Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, DeMarcus Cousins,
Eric Bledsoe,
et cetera, et cetera. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's a tough team.
Who's your shooter other than Booker?
Who's shooting the ball?
Other than Booker? I mean, me and E-Black can knock down some shots.
Okay. All right.
We'll take it.
What do you put? Anthony Davis
Anthony
at the 3?
Davis at the 3.
Karl Towns at the 4?
DeMarcus at the 5.
Woo, got some length in the front court.
That is legit.
Sounds good on
That is
paper.
legit. I will say that.
The East is getting a whole lot more interesting, and much of that credit is due to you, John Wall. Have fun this weekend. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.